Good morning, everyone. So, I have one particular question for you. Why isn't everyone who's right in front of me an innovator? Imagine a world where each one of you was an innovator. We wouldn't have the word problem having a definition anymore. Problem would be an abstract word without a meaning. So, the reason why each one of us isn't an innovator boils down to our perspective that to accomplish anything in the world, you require particular resources in order to execute your idea. Well, there's two reasons why that perspective would lead to a disaster. The first being that you never start with the right resources. Take the example of Edison, who innovated the light bulb. Many of you may think the material that he first used was tungsten. Turns out it's not. It was carbonized bamboo. He took a pretty unlikely element, the same bamboo, but carbonized it and used that to emit light. So innovation by that could be defined as fusion of two very unlikely elements. Well, when does an innovation get surged into a breakthrough? A breakthrough is when an innovation is accessed and availed by everyone around us. Well, in that methodology, when you try to implement, because of the world we live in, we think we need resources. The second problem lies here. When we use the word resources, your ability to transform the things around you into viable products decreases by 1,000,000,000 times. If you would not use the word resources and stuck to a vague concept of what you needed, and rather call them products of the universe, you have now opened a way to 1,000,000 other processes in which you can execute the idea. By saying products of the universe, your subconscious mind is given a wide range of options to choose from. Let me show you how deadly when you think that you need resources to execute an idea is. So if I were to tell you to take down a note, chances are you would check for a paper or a pen. If I were to execute the same experiment with a 5-year-old, all he needs now is a crayon. He doesn't need a paper. He'll end up drawing on the walls, on the tiles, and everything he can find on. That's one less resource he needs to execute an idea. And in those 5 he has been born, 3 of which he spent without walking or talking, he thinks he needs a resource such as a crayon in order to implement his idea. So, thinking that we need resources in order to implement our idea leads to paralysis. And what if we stopped thinking like that? What if we thought, the only reason why I'm not being able to innovate is my ability, is the lack of my ability to convert everything around me into a viable product. When we start, that's when breakthroughs become an everyday thing. A miracle is no longer a miracle because it happens every single day. You get in touch with the world around you. Your subconscious mind just flourishes. You see things that you have not seen before. You see the whole iceberg at once. So having a methodology of thinking like this, me and a group of friends really wanted to show how things play out when you think like this and try to execute things with this perspective. So we tried to tackle one of the world's 12 global grand challenges, and we chose shelter to be the area where we focus. And we talked to ourselves, because we wanted to use a material that has never been used before to make shelter, we thought, what was the one thing that is literally everywhere but is never recognized? You have it in the malls, you have it in your office, you have it in your classroom. Turns out it's paper. Paper is literally everywhere. And in the time I was talking, 199 tons of paper has already been manufactured, and 50% of it has already been wasted. So it's a resource that is in abundance and is getting wasted. So we thought, what if we can make homes out of paper? As with any innovation, we had 3 questions to tackle. The first one being, how do you make something as weak as a paper into a strong building material that could rival bricks? Our solution for that was to convert paper into cardboard, which now made it way stronger. Well, having cardboard wasn't just enough. So the second question we faced was how to make this cardboard into a home. What separates our cardboard home from a mere cardboard dollhouse? Well, first being the sheer size of it, and second, our manufacturing process. A pentagonal shape reminds you of a home as soon as you look at it. So we thought of giving cardboard a pentagonal shape because it is closely linked with that of a home. Now, our manufacturing process involves wrapping the cardboard around the mold. So, in a way of putting it to you, it's just as wrapping a gift. While your gift is enclosed within the wrapping, our gift is the wrapping itself. And this process enables us to make homes in just 20 minutes. Well, now I have the home and the basic structure of it. How do I make it a comfortable, secure, and a home that everybody would want to live in? Well, I decided, and we worked on making this home virtually indestructible. We tried to make it withstand any weather condition. So for that, our solutions were quite simple. The first one being, you could just make it waterproof by coating a waterproof agent on the outermost surface, and fireproof by treating it with a fireproof chemical, and temperature resistant because cardboard had sheets of air, pockets of air between its greases. So now it does not conduct thermal heat as well as a dry medium. So this is what we ended up with. You can see it right over there. It's a cardboard mold that's wrapped over. And you may ask me, but how many layers of cardboard would make it rival a brick or any other material? Turns out you need approximately 30 layers of cardboard. And to prove you that it is pretty strong, this is a layer of 30 cardboards. Now I'm going to stand on it and it's not going to break. So that's how strong we can make cardboard by just layering it on top of each other. The advantage of using a resource that's getting wasted at such a fast rate is that by recycling 1 ton of paper, we managed to save 17 trees and 660 gallons of water. That is a lot. And with 1 ton of paper, we can make 790 homes. And each one of them would cost less than $500. Well, now where do we implement it? We live in a world today where there's 65.3 million people forced out of their homes. Refugees, people stricken by disaster, do not have a place to call home. They live under tents, which are pretty fragile. And there are a billion other people out there, due to various natural calamities, have been displaced from what they call their home, from a place where they feel secure and comfortable. And this is where we step. We bring the future to them. By providing homes, we remove the bottommost layer of Maslow's pyramid of hierarchy. So what people can do now is to focus on other intellectual exploits, because trying to find a home and a shelter is no longer a huge part of their life. It gets solved within 20 minutes. Shelter is now everyone's birthright. It's something that you cannot be deprived of. Shelter is something that can be readily accessed. We can build Rome in 20 minutes. That is what we're aiming at. A future where people don't struggle their whole lives to build a home. A future where shelter is in abundance. This could be our very first step towards utopia. This is me and my team, and this is our perception. Thank you.